Greetings. This is Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My name is Dave, my call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. Today I'm going to do another quick little video on Meshtastic. Now I bought this little node. This little node comes from a company called Meshnology, and it's a Wio Tracker L1 model. And at the time that I bought it, I paid $36.99 plus shipping for it. And it comes as a kit. Now, this little kit really is just a few pieces. It's a 7-step instructions that they give you, and it's really not that great. They don't give it to you in the kit. You have to find them online. And but it really only takes 15-20 minutes to assemble it. It takes a pair of needle nose pliers, tweezers, or also it could also take maybe a hemostat or something, and a small Phillips screwdriver. The way it works is, if you can see, it's got these little silver things here. Now those are square nuts, right? Just like you would see. Well, I thought I had one here that I could show you, but right here on the back of this antenna. This little square nut right there. These are all square nuts. They just fit down into that slot. And then you screw the screw into it, and it just tightens everything up, and it works really, really well. This thing is pretty cool. And we have some front-facing controls. We have a USB-C port on the side, on-off switch, and another button control. This is the GPS antenna, and then this is the actual RF antenna. I've had this thing now for about 2 months, maybe 3. And when I first turned it on, I didn't get any kind of a mesh connection for at least a week or two. But then after a week or two, the whole thing exploded. I mean, I'm connected up around 60 nodes right now. A lot of them are active, and some of them aren't so much. Some of them drive through. Some of them actually fly overhead. I live near an airport. Therefore, I get planes coming over between 30 and 40,000 feet. And I get messages after they're flying around. They connect to our mesh network, and then they send messages. So it's really terrific. I mean, we have a really cool little mesh going. The only thing is most of the people are not very active. So if you send a message out, either they're not seeing it or they're not responding to it. I've sent out several messages asking just for a response, and I don't get it. But if I send out a test message, I get a bunch of people responding to tests. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, but they're sent over the same channel. So obviously people are watching and they're monitoring, but not always. Also, too, I'm the one that usually responds when somebody's flying over, and they said, "Hey, here I am," and I'm like, "Hey, here I am," kind of a thing. But a Meshtastic node mesh is something that I consider part of my backup to emergency communications. If the SHTF hits the fan, then I want to be able to communicate with somebody if I'm in trouble or if I need something. Now, I've also got FRS, GMRS, and ham radio to communicate with. Those are my major primary forms of communication if the cell phones go out. With the cell phones going out, though, as long as the repeaters are working, I can still send text messages over my BTEC UV Pro. And I also can, if the cell towers are completely down, I can use my phone to send text messages over the satellites. So that's a huge, huge backup. So you're not relying solely and completely on the internet for, in your local internet. For communications. And then, of course, the backup to all of that is your Meshtastic node. Because now you can send a message that says, Mayday, Mayday, I have an emergency. I need something, I need medical attention. I need something. And there'll always be somebody there who's monitoring. Now, I hope somebody would respond, but, you need to get to know your Meshtastic node owners and talk to them and try and get them to respond to you, which I have, but I don't always get a response. I'm hoping that after seeing more and more people respond to the people in the airplanes and just driving through, that I'll be able to organize something with these people, and maybe once a month you just send a message or two just to verify that we can all receive messages and send messages. I think that's very important, and I think you will see it for sure. So as far as this little node goes, like I said, I paid $36.99 for it plus shipping. However, it's now $46.99 on the Meshnology.com website. I do not have an affiliate with these people. If I can find it, let's say on Amazon, I'll send an affiliate link. Otherwise, I'll just leave the website for you to click on, and you can go explore it yourself. This is an excellent little note. I've had some really great luck with it. However, it doesn't have a little belt clip. It's not really conducive to actually carrying in a pocket because the antenna is a little long. If we had another antenna like this long, then it might be a little bit better. You can buy other antennas, by the way. This unscrews. So it's a great little radio. This is a joystick right here, by the way. So you can scroll through all the different screens, right? And it's also a button, and then there's this little button right here, and then there's a button over here on the side as well. So a couple of things that I will say that I don't like about this, the charging circuitry is very, very slow. It takes a long time to charge this battery. It lasts a good week or so, the battery, and because I leave it on 24/7, and about maybe a week, 8 days possibly, it needs a recharge. So I put it on the charger, and it takes about 6 hours to charge this thing back up. I consider that a very, very long time. All right, so this is the Meshnology Wio Tracker L1, and I highly recommend it. It's really been a lot of fun for $46.99 plus shipping. I think you'll have a lot of fun with it too, and you can connect with all your buddies, your friends, and people you don't even know on a network in your area. Now, I live in a fairly small rural area, so I'm very lucky that I have up to 60 nodes in my mesh. And some of those networks can get all the way about 30, 40 miles away because we have some repeater nodes also. So they actually don't act as a customer node or a client node. They actually act as a repeater. And some people have been putting their nodes all the way up, very high up on a mast, and they have solar panels that keep it charged up and working at all times. And they only have to connect to it via Bluetooth, which is very easy to do, obviously. All right. So one of these days, when I get my second camera, I will show you all the different parts of the Bluetooth application. But for right now, I can't do that. And I think this is a terrific hobby to get into, cheap, and a lot of people get hooked on them. I mean, I bought the Heltec Mesh Pocket to take with me. I take it wherever I go, and I collect nodes. And so eventually, they get deleted. I think after 2 weeks or a month or something. So, but anyway, it's a heck of a lot of fun. I highly recommend this. Once again, go to Meshnology.com. Look for the Wio Tracker L1 kit, and you can put it together yourself. It's very easy to do. It takes about 15-20 minutes. Hand tools, no problem. All right. This is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review, saying 73 and so long.
If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, please click on the bell icon so you can get notifications of everything that I release. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your consideration.